have that attached to a project. There's a hook. Colors. It's crazy over here. I've got yarn everywhere. Hello, sweet friends. It's Sarah at Crochet.With.Coffee, and thank you so much for joining me for another Monday chat. As you can tell, I am sitting on the floor instead of in my granny square chair, which I do have here. I just had to move it out of the way for today because I wanted to share something with you. Do you remember a few months ago when I did that huge yarn haul from my friend? She was destashing and she gave me all of her yarn that she didn't want anymore. Well, guess what? She gave me more. So I wanted to go through this with you today, and I took a little sneak peek, and it's a lot of fun yarn. So I want to share that with you. There are some skeins that need to be recaked and different things like that. Some half-made projects that, like I told you before, she said it was okay to use the yarn however we wanted to. So we will probably be frogging some half-made projects. So I just want to let you guys know that, but we're going to go over the yarn that's in here and make some stacks so that we can see what it is that she has gifted to me and what she has destashed. So I am so thankful for that. So Holly, thank you so much for this lovely yarn, and I can't wait to get into it. We're going to start with what's in here. She gave me this bag of yarn, and we'll go over what is in here as well. And then we've got this whole box of cakes of yarn. So I'm so excited to look into this. I'm going to try and organize it as we go through it. So let's check out what's in this bag first. All right, so here is a skein that will need to be recaked. And I know that there's a full skein in here somewhere. So when I find that, I'll tell you what yarn this is. But we do have that attached to a project. There's a hook. There's a hook in there. So we have that one, and I know that she has given me multiple of these skeins. So I think this is Heartland, but I can't remember the Lion Brand Heartland yarn. I think that's what it is, but I'll tell you for sure when we come across the full skein. So then we've got the pink here. So I need to recake that as well. And then she has a bunch of mandala ombre yarns, I believe this is. And I do have a bucket of mandala yarn in the same color. I was putting this away and I realized that she had sent me some of these. So I decided I'm just going to put them together in here and do like the ombres together. And I know that there's a lot of this color. And that is the color Wonder. Oh, it's so pretty. So the mandala ombre in the color Wonder. So I've got that. I'm going to start one for the ombre because I know we have a few of those in here. So we do have, oh, I've got some hooks. She gave me some of her hooks. Let's take a look and see what we've got. Get those together. Ooh, a measuring tape. Never have too many of those. I love measuring tapes. Okay, let's see here. All right, so for the hooks, I've got, so you've got one inline, and this is a Susan Bates, and this is an H 5mm hook with a bamboo or wooden handle. Very nice. And then we've got some boy hooks. We've got a 6.5mm and a 5mm. These are just the metal ones without a handle. And then here's one with a wooden handle, a 5mm. And we've got two of the boy hooks with the ergonomic handle, or with the handles on them. It is an 8mm and a 5.75mm. Very nice. I like those. And then in this bag, she also has some more of the mandala We've got this one, see this colorway there. I don't know if there's others like this, so if I find one with a label on it, I'll tell you what color that is. And then there's this one, it looks like a creamsicle. So I'm just gonna put all of this mandala yarn in here. We've got some, oh, another hook. Got another one, a 4mm. So I've got a bunch of these colors. I'm just going to put those all in this mandala pile over here, and we will sort that out in a moment. And then this one just looks like a plain white. And I want to say this is probably Big Twist by the feel of it. All right, so that bag is empty. Now let's get into this box. All right, this one is called Tranquil. And that is the mandala ombre. Got that one. Got another one of the same. So I think that some of this was from this color skein. So I'm going to separate that if I can tell that it's from this one. I believe these colors are from that. So I'm going to put that up here. It's going on the granny square chair. And we will get those caked up together. Is this one part of it? No, those are a little different. So this one is from something different. So I'm going to keep that in there. And those colors, it's crazy over here. I've got yarn everywhere. That is going in there. This one is, see, she started a shawl. Should I finish that? So she started a granny stitch shawl. I bet I could find something to make with this or continue it and finish it. So possibly finish this one for a granny shawl with that wonder yarn. Oh, okay, so here's the one, this one. This is the color Zen. So I've got those two. Oh, here's one. This one is the color Harmony, just blue. Awesome. Let's see, do I have any others? I think that might be it for the mandala. But this is a cotton lava cake in the color Rosewater Biscuit. So I don't know if she used this already or if it's just, if she wrapped this back up and it made it tall. But we've got that one. That is such a pretty color. So I've got that one. That is a cotton. So I'm going to put that over here. And then this one is, I've got several of these from her. And this is a Karen cotton cake. Oh, there's a, let's see, it was a clearance from somewhere. I can't tell. I don't know where that clearance was from. Maybe she thrifted this. Maybe it was a clearance and somebody donated it and she thrifted it because she's also one of my thrift buddies. So a Karen cake, gorgeous. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 5th one. 5. So there's 5 of these. So some of these I'm going to recake so that they, or like, oh, she started a hexagon cardigan maybe? But I'm going to at least help this one out. It's a little, that one got a little discombobulated. Now, oh, this one is a scrap. So we're going to throw that in the scraps. That is a scrap yarn. So we're going to put that in our scraps for our hexagon cardigan that we're working on Wednesdays. And here's something that she started. I'm not sure it looks like maybe this was a Cocoon cardigan. It looks kind of like that one that I shared a pattern for this one a while ago. This one is like Christmas colors. It's so pretty. But this is a Cocoon, the start of a Cocoon cardigan. So possibly finishing this one as well. I'll have to take a think on that one. Okay, so that yarn, this one that I shared with you, so this one was the start of a hexagon cardigan as well. So that pink and green color, they were Heartland yarns. The pink one was in the color, is it Lassen Volcanic? And the green is in right, and then there's some other colors that she has in here. She's got a purple one, and this is in the color Hot Spring. Very nice. And this color, so pretty. I love this green. Got that. And then, so this one, I don't have a label for, so I don't know the color to this one, but the green that was in the Cocoon cardigan, she has a few here. And this is the color Kings Canyon. Got that. Oh my goodness. So we've got a bunch of mandala ombre yarn that we're going to work on caking up. This one, I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. The shawl, I think that's one that I'm going to work on finishing. And then I'm going to cake up this one and cake up the yarn that goes with this one, the loose skeins, and work on caking up the mandala over here that's in the ball skein. So we'll probably try to reattach those and put them in order maybe and see how that goes. And we're going to recake some of this cotton. So let's get started on that and we'll see how it goes, and we'll see. I have my cakes. I'm putting my cakes up here on my wall. So I will show you a little bit about a little of that once we get these cakes done. So let's get stuff caked up and then we'll put it away and we'll take a look at everything. So let's get started on that. So we're gonna get started on winding this up, and I have my yarn winder over here on the table, and we're gonna get started on that. Don't mind that mess in the back. That's for a different day. We'll talk about that a different day. And we'll get caked up, and then I will put them away so that I can show you what everything is looking like after it's all caked up. So let's get that started. So I went to grab this cake that was the Tranquil colorway. So I'm going to try and make sure that I wind these in the right order. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to wind these up. I'm going to attach them in whatever order they go in. So we're going to wind that cake real quick, and then we'll start on our other box of things. Wound up pretty well. We had a lot of pink to go in here, but the color is in the right order, so it doesn't look too bad. I'm pretty happy with it. I have a little bit of this left over, so we're just gonna wind this up real quick before we get over to there. This is a different colorway. So that one didn't go with this. So we're just gonna wind this up separately.
There, and then it opens. And right off the bat, I see one of the ones I am so anxious to try. But first, let's just get the sea holly out of here. So, in my last haul I shared with you, I thought I had ordered 9, and I don't know.
Now what I like to do for yarn that is coming out of the center, if I can, I like to try and put it back into the center of the skein. So what I do is I take the tail of the yarn and I hold it in my hand, and then I start wrapping around one of my fingers. So this was probably about the most that I would put back into the center of a skein, but I'll show you what I do. I keep wrapping it around my finger, and I try not to go too tight or I won't be able to get it off. So then once all of this yarn that is from the center of the skein is wound onto my finger, I take that I just wound up, I find where the yarn is coming from to the best of my ability, and I just put that back into the center of the skein the best that I can. So now I still, even though it's not as pretty, I can still have that center pull. Then I'm going to put that back around there. It looks a little bit better than it did earlier. I still have that left, so I'm going to start working on that. Okay, so I just decided to show you what I did and what we have. Just give you an overview of what exactly is happening. So I was debating on whether or not I wanted to frog this, but because it's almost done, I'm just going to adapt it a little bit. So I found when I did this pattern, I needed to make the largest size that was on the pattern to make it fit for me. So like arm length wise, because this is supposed to use, I believe, a 5 weight yarn and this is a 4 weight. So I ran into the same problem where it was too narrow. So right now that is the width that you would have for your arms, and then you do a little cuff on this opening here. of this Cocoon cardigan. And the one I did is Christmas colors, so I figured this one would be really nice because it's also kind of Christmas colors. So I'm going to finish this one, which I am going to do with you in a different video, I think, along with this other one that I want to finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Cocoon cardigan. I will unseam the part that was seamed together and then I will complete it. And then I have this yarn that we caked up that will go along with it, and that's the Heartland yarn. And I still have this green yarn to go with it. So this should be plenty of yarn to finish this Cocoon cardigan. So I'm excited about that one. So that's what we're going to do with this one. Instead of frogging it, we're going to finish it. And take a look at what we have here. So we have this Caron cotton lava cake. So I did that. I spun everything up on my finger that I showed you, and I put it back in the center of the cake. So that is good to go up into a section with more cakes, and I'll show you that in a second. I respun this Caron cake. That's the prettier side. So I respun that one, so that one is good to put away. And then this is the Heartland yarn. This is Heartland yarn. I have more of that back here, so that is going to go back there, and that will have its own place. This one is also the Heartland yarn, so that's going to go back there as well. And then we had some partial skeins of the mandala. So this is going to go with the other mandala that I have, and we're going to put that away as well. This one was a mandala bonus bundle that I had left over from a cardigan that I made. And then this one, I just cleaned that up and spun that up a little bit on the outside so that it was nice and tidy. And this was just a ball of the white yarn that we had. I believe this is Big Twist, I want to say. So this one is going to go into scraps. So let's put all of this stuff away. This is where I'm putting my cakes of yarn. So I'm going to add to what I have up here. I'm going to switch around and put my Heartland yarn away that I have over on this other side. So let's go ahead and do that one. So over here I have my Heartland yarn that I have in my favorite colors, and you can tell the colors of what Holly likes. She likes the pastel colors. So we are going to, I'm going to switch these around. This is some yarn that I thrifted, and I'm going to put it up in a different place, but this was some Premier yarn. I don't know if they still have this or not, but it's very pretty colors. I'm going to move this to another spot. I'll put that away later. But let's add this to my stash of Heartland yarn. All right, those are put away, and then this one is going in the scraps. I'm going to put it in my pastel colors, my pastel and bright colors for when we do our scrap cardigan with bright colors. And just as a reminder, on Wednesdays, we are doing our scrap hexagon cardigan with earthy tones. We're going to work on Wednesday and add to that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I checked out some new yarn from my friend Holly and going on the journey of getting it all caked up and put on my shelves. So I really appreciate you hanging out with me. Before we go, I have a few shout outs. So if you are not familiar, we have a channel membership here at Crochet with Coffee. It's called Coffee Buddies. And with that, you get a shout out when you become a coffee buddy. You also get cute little emojis that you can use in the chat and in the comments. So when we go live on Wednesday, you can use that in the chat. And in the comments here, you have the ability to use those cute little emojis. And you also get a little badge next to your name that is crochet and coffee themed. So look for that if you are a coffee buddy. And I just want to give a shout out first to Donna. Donna, thank you for becoming a coffee buddy. It's so great to have you. We also have Diana. Diana, thank you so much for becoming a coffee buddy. And also on our Wednesday live of this past week, we had Janine gift 5 memberships. So on Wednesday, we had 5 people receive a membership from Janine. So we have Lucila, I'm sorry if I say that wrong, and Samantha, Caroline, Kay, and Sassy Pumpkins. So I hope that you all enjoy your gifted membership so you can use the emojis and enjoy the little badge next to your name. I just wanted to give you a little shout out. So everyone that has become a coffee buddy or gifted a coffee buddy membership, thank you so much for supporting the Crochet with Coffee channel. And I think that is it for today. So I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope you find joy in the little things.